I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of Statistics and Data Science Center. Oh, wow, thank you. It's even better. To the event SDSCon, or SDSCon 2017. It's our annual day for the center. So first of all, the question is, why should we have an annual day? So let me start with the reason we thought we should have such an annual day. First of all, having a very vibrant, intellectually thriving, growing, caffeine-heavy community in statistics and data science at MIT is not a small feat for us as a community. And so it is one thing we should do is celebrate that thing. And as we are growing, it's also time for us to reach out to folks in campus, across campuses, beyond Boston, to tell that we are here and we are doing, we are really excited about what we are doing. And if you're around, do come and participate with us. We have a policy of no statistician left behind. So our hope is that as the time passes and years to come, this event is going to be our signature annual day. Hopefully it will convert into something where people will think of that as the intellectual event to come to, if not in the entire East Coast or not entire the world, at least at MIT. And so this will be hopefully the first of many. Now, one should always wonder that why this name? And my animation disappeared, but the father of the name SDSCon was Philip. And I kept on wondering why he gave that name. It was a great name, so we decided to keep it. And then finally, I thought this was a good attempt at a poor joke in the beginning of a conference like this. OK, so in the spirit of, given that this is an event for us, which is hopefully going to catalyze us on campus and across, I thought let me start by saying a few words about what this center is about. Okay, many of you know this center really well. Many of you have heard about it, and many of you don't even know what this center is about. So let me spend a few minutes telling you what we are doing and who we are, etc. So first and foremost, this is an academic center. It's an interdisciplinary academic center. It's across schools at MIT. It is the nature of the topic, that is statistics by design, at least in our times, is interdisciplinary. It's everywhere. It is the focal point of academic programs in statistics and data science. Academic programs include undergraduate education, graduate education. As we all know very well, a good education cannot happen without good research activities. And an important component of the center is to have thriving research activities. It also provides a common umbrella for people to come across, from across the campus to come together and hopefully make progress in the same direction, learn from each other. And it's our humble ambition that will hopefully lead the statistics in the coming century. Okay. All right, so with that, I'm going to spend a few more minutes telling you a little bit of what we have done, who we are in terms of members. We have representation from across MIT, from all schools. Some of us will tell us, some of my colleagues will tell you about all the exciting things that they have been doing. While they will be brief, but there'll be lots of interesting things that we'll hear over the day. And as you will see, there's a representation from all schools, from all viewpoints. So I'm really excited about it. We have 16 core members, overall 36 members as affiliates, and we're growing. And if you think that, again, we have missed out in involving you, please feel free to reach out to us. As far as education is concerned, setting up good education program is work. It takes time, and we're making steps towards it, slowly but steadily. We have a minor in undergraduate in statistics and data science. That is an interdisciplinary minor. We're working to set up a PhD program where it's a dual PhD program, and this is where we want to capitalize on the strength of MIT, where MIT has terrific PhDs individually in the units, and duel with statistics will actually take us in the right direction. Okay, and we fundamentally believe that statistics is it's important to understand and sort of remember and celebrate the classical statistics, but also it's important to expand our horizons by bringing things like computation as a foundational topic in statistics and data science. Okay, we're a very active center, in particular, thanks to some of my colleagues, Guy Bressler, Victor Sharuzko, David Kamarnik, and Philip Rigole. We're very active seminar going every Fridays at 11. So if you don't know about that, do stop by Fridays there. There are always great talks there, if nothing else. We also have a student-run tea that's with lids and statistics. Again, if you're interested in giving an informal talk, coming for an informal discussion, it's on every Wednesdays at 4:30. Again, we welcome broad participation. Now let me sort of spend a few minutes from my perspective. How do what am I doing in the center? Because by definition, I'm not a card-carrying statistician by miles, as you would know. Well, here are the type of things I'm interested in. And again, I'm sort of going to spend a few minutes giving very high-level overview, given the nature of this talk. I'm interested in questions related to what I would call social data processing. Again, over past decade or so, we've got infrastructure that can manage, store, process large amounts of data, and we've got sensors which have become ubiquitous, which allow us to get information from people. And the question is that how do we process them to make useful decisions? And there are many of those. One of my favorite topic is recommendation systems. In the simplest word, it's like you going to Amazon and somebody giving you product recommendation. But there are a lot more interesting things that are behind that simple disguise. Okay. Other questions like ranking, polling, surveys, or in the modern world, crowdsourcing. All of these questions are such that where data is generated by people, and if you're going to use the data to process it, you better understand how it was generated, and that's where humans come into the loop. And ask any good social scientist, and sure he would tell that it is not an easy task to model human behavior. So in our time, questions are sort of how do we do it? Well, one is to interact with people like this, which the center provides me an umpteen opportunity. But another thing is to actually look for a flexible models that can, with enough data, lead to tractability. And a few of my favorite models are graphical models. Graphical models have been around in a variety of disciplines for a while. Exchangeable models, again, same way, Bayesian statisticians use it really, really well. And again, here, the primary objective is to look for algorithms that work well, at least for me. But in addition, look for, are these statistically efficient? If not, can you still sort of do something with it? And finally, if these things are going to work and you're going to use them in practice, let's build some of the system. And I like to build infrastructure as well. Okay, so that's where I come in. And I find that the center is a great place for me to exactly find the type of interaction that I look for. It's a type of interaction that I look for in my lab that is LIDS. It's a type of interaction I look for in my department, which is electrical engineering and computer science, and at institution through this center. So there are terrific people in my center, and sort of I think the colleagues are, my colleagues and the students around and the postdocs around keep me super excited. We are at an interesting time here being in Cambridge, here being at MIT. We have a great opportunity to make a huge impact in classical statistics, and more than that, at the interfaces such as social sciences, computational sciences, and life sciences. Okay, so with that, and hopefully on that note, let me sort of quickly go through what's coming, which is more interesting than what you have heard so far, definitely. So there are two sessions, where session 1 and 2, which are primarily our way to reach out to you as a broad community, saying that what are we doing at the center, and some of my colleagues at center will speak about their hottest, exciting next best thing that they've been thinking about. In the first session, they'll start in a few minutes, and the second session, they'll be in the afternoon at 3:15. We've got three amazing plenary speakers. I look forward to their talks. Mike Steele is going to talk about Great Expectations. Jennifer Lisgarden is going to talk about genes, and James Stock is going to talk about environment. And then finally, we have an industry session where two of our partners from Thomson Reuters and Booz Allen Hamilton will talk about the questions that have been keeping them up and the things that they would like to share with us. Of course, there are enough coffee breaks, and most importantly, I forgot, we'll have a lunch break, where in lunch break we'll have a poster session. Poster session is across the building, 2 floors up, where there'll be food and there'll be terrific posters, and so please don't miss out on that. Okay. Finally, we just want to quickly acknowledge the sponsors of our event, Microsoft and our industry partners, Booz Allen, Thomson Reuters, and Worldcom. So thank you.